A possible solution has been offered to this Zika outbreak. They are working on a vaccine, but some people think that this won't be enough, it won't be sufficient to fight Zika virus that is causing a lot of microcephaly. Some small studies in Brazil, Panama, and the Cayman Islands have suggested that genetically engineered sterile mosquitoes can reduce the wild insect populations by more than 90% when they're released into the wild. So, what they do to genetically engineer or genetically modify these mosquitoes is they inject mosquito eggs with DNA that contains lethal genes. And then they release the genetically modified males from that batch of eggs so they can then mate with wild females. The reason they use males is because males do not bite, so they don't risk like adding any more lethal mosquitoes into the environment. So the offspring of these lab-weakened males and wild females then inherit the altered DNA and then can't survive, so the population is ultimately reduced. There's still a lot of questions, like whether they'll be just as effective in more densely populated areas, if the reduction in mosquito populations will be enough, etc., etc. So there have been similar methods that have been used with fruit flies in the United States, which leads some people to feel hopeful about the possible use of genetically modified mosquitoes. And sterility also has its benefits because it just wipes the species out of existence as opposed to adding another species that continues to be a pest afterwards. So here's just a visual of how it all works. So basically just describing exactly what I just said, and this potentially could help to reduce Zika spreading, keep it from spreading, and then in addition to that, prevent more children from developing microcephaly. So they have not used it, and there's still a lot of debate going around whether or not would be appropriate to use genetic modification. A lot of people are still really skeptical. So that's my presentation for the day. Hope it taught you something.